Welcome back here to the ground in Valsin where we see the kickoff of game number 2 here. Central Bank up against Whitco. Central Bank, of course, in the blue, and Whitco, they also play in the blue, Whitco Credit Union, but they've been forced to, as the away team, they've been forced to have to cover up in their blues, in their red bibs, literally. And so this is going to make, this is like a commentator's nightmare here now. A chance immediately, and ball just taken away. Their knife in his way through was Millet, and almost got a shot off at that time. So
Millet starts with his dancing shoes, trying to weave his way in, doing some tap dancing there.
So Best in goal for the Central Bank. They would have to be very careful. Now, Central Bank are the leaders in the tournament. Whitco, of course, will be hoping Whitco trying to get this one out. And really a little bit of a whoop there from Hartman. That just sails over the bar there with Quinn Bess.
That was a beautiful corner there, but just needed a proper contact.
It's just so unfortunate that we've had this clash of colors, and it really makes life difficult. And you want to credit players when they do well in the game, and certainly now it's really asking an awful lot for them. Let's see if they're able to put this behind them and really do the game do as much as possible. This is a great ball opportunity here to try to run with it, but he just seemed to lose the handle on it for a while, and then eventually by the time he got it under control, it was bouncing away from him. But they do well here. Abraham gets it away, and referee says an infringement against the Whitco. So Whitco again in their red bibs. They normally play in blue, but so too the Central Bank. And Central Bank, the away team here. Ball played in, and neither team really settled just yet. And that's a clumsy challenge from behind.
That could have been worse. Going to kick, putting your boot in.
So yeah, it's a dicey situation for them, and I know you have to kind of put it behind you, because when you're playing, you want to have things what you're accustomed to, and but this is going to be very interesting now. Let's see if Khan could do something with this one. Again, he's trying to hook it back, but he hooks it back so far that
put his team under some pressure there.
Yeah. Again, turning nicely, getting some room to work with. Here's Abraham. But again, good defending once more from the Whitco outfit. Central Bank, though, able to really apply pressure as quickly as possible. Elcock. So she's going to leave it for Abraham. And appealing for a handle ball. The referee not interested. Ooh, that's a tough ball because
I think for me, I thought he played that for another player there.
Yeah. running away in the middle, but trying to get that ball. That was always going to be a difficult ball to control because that's so much pace on it. Whitco now trying to build. This is not a bad effort at all. The ball is coming forward. Abraham is there, but he's just shadowing his man and working his way in, but the keeper, well, the ball never got to him.
Bit of dancing there as well, Ruskin.
Yep, just sort of knifes his way into the area, dribbling past two men.
As we call that, happy feet.
Yep. Two players go down. I don't know if it was deliberate, but Gardner was one of them. Trying to get it out on the near side here. Here's Alfred. And
good defending again.
Yep.
Strong tackle coming in there.
Yeah, quick movement. You have to be very, very quick, very alert. Can gets it up there to Alfred. Alfred not able to control it. And Whitco doing well, getting possession and trying to keep possession as much as possible. Abraham. And just gives it back. And chance here now to knife his way in, but there's nobody up with him. He's all alone. And that's his first bit of support. And quickly the ball is given away.
Nice ball. Playing out to the right.
Yep, Whitco again under some pressure here now. They have to regroup quickly. Shot coming from distance, but to no avail. No problems there for Bess in goal. Ramnarain, the skipper. Here he is now getting possession for Whitco. Decides to go back. This is problems here. A bad miss.
Has to be mindful.
Yep, you have to keep your eyes on the ball. We can't stress that enough.
We have been playing the last couple of games, couple of weeks we have been playing here.
So you know
there have been wet grounds.
Yep. Gardner trying to get the better of his man, but it loses out. Whitco again, just running into a wall, literally. That's a great ball. Opportunity here, but he can't get it first time. Can. Chance here. Goalkeeper does well, and just doing enough. And Quinn Bess, brave man, putting his body on the line there, making the block. The ball somehow it's going to stay in. I'm not sure if that was where it was intended to go, but it stayed in play.
This will be a foul there.
Yeah, that's going to be a free kick. Once you go like through the man, they're literally gifting a free kick away.
I think there has to be mindful. Central Bank, especially on the counter attack.
Yeah, it's what Whitco is probably going to rely on here, and set plays, free kicks in and around the box. So now a chance for them to they have good numbers up, including the skipper Ramnarain has gone up from his position on defense. They have about 6 red shirts in the area there, but there are also an equal amount of blue shirts. So it's a nice cluster in that area. What is the delivery going to be like? It's a little bit high, and it's allowed to come down. The referee's assistant has the flag up. And so it all goes to North.
That one was way too high.
Yep, too much air in it. But still no goals just yet. We've been playing for 10 minutes now. This is game 2 of a doubleheader here out here in Valsayn. This is the Interbank Football League. And these two teams when you consider Whitco and not any chance of getting into the Big Four.
Seems to be a bit physical. These defenders are really coming in very strong.
Well, if you're going to commit, you might as well give it 100%. Here's another opportunity now at another free kick from the other way. They headed towards goal. And Best under no problems there at all. So for Whitco Credit Union, from their 9 games, they only have 8 points. So they're out of the running as far as a Big Four is concerned. They currently languishing down there in 8th position. But however, the Central Bank are the leaders of the tournament so far. From their 9 games, they have 22 points, 2 better than second place Eastern Credit Union. There's a great ball in, but again, the goalkeeper anticipates well, Alexi Tusa. And now they're just going to give it away once more. So the ball just changing hands a little bit in the middle of the park here.
This is the nature of the game sometimes here, especially when the field, the playing surface is not as conducive as for the game. In the middle of the pitch where most of the game is played, over the period of time it's a bit rough.
Here's another opportunity now for the Whitco Credit Union. Low and hard, but it's not even going to get to the keeper. It's dealt with by the defense. However, he does get a second bite at the cherry. And Ramnarayan, you could see him pleading with his teammate not to pass the ball until he was able to get back on side. But once the pass was made, well, it was always going to be an easy call. So let's see if Central Bank, remember they've played 9, they've won 7, drew 1 and lost 1. They've scored 25 goals and conceded 14, so they have a plus 11 goal differential with 22 points, 2 better than second place Eastern Credit Union, who've also played 9 games, but have 20 points so far in the tournament. In third place was MIC, and Scotia would have been fourth. But with that win today, both Scotia and MIC were on 16 points. With that victory today, MIC had played their 10 matches.
10 matches.
Here's a shot, Best in from problems here, and offside. Yep. Left there a little too early. Millet was just, as they say, loafing there. And it doesn't stand. But it's a good shot. Again, a good early shot from Abraham, Kirk Abraham. Bobbled by Bess.
And that's the nature, I think, for these players. You need to try to shoot as much as possible on these grounds. If you hit that ball and that ball drops just in front of the goalkeeper, it will be very difficult for the goalkeeper to hold because of the rough nature of the pitch. Can get deviations easy.
Yep, and the ball, it can, as they say, take a wicked turn one way or the other, or take a bounce. That's a good ball. Ramnarayan is up there. Can he get the handle on it? trying to get past Abraham, but Abraham does well, gets his body in the way. And immediately on touching him, he goes down, almost baiting the referee to blow the whistle.
Good touch there.
Yeah, good work from Alfred, or Millet rather, plays it nicely forward. And now this is going to be interesting to see how he gets out of this jam here. But he does well. He gets it all the way back though. It's Gardner now. Almost shifting past his man nicely. And that's a crunchy tackle. The referee says play on.
Strong tackle coming in there.
Yep. But still the referee says play on. And certainly they're taking no prisoners at the moment. And here's another. The referee has to take charge of the game, because if the players are allowed to just sort of brutalize each other, eventually something's got to give. So I think it's incumbent upon the referee, Derry, to really get a hold of proceedings here. He has the final say, and so regardless of what the players think, his whistle is what is.
And this is a dangerous spot here for Central Bank. Center of the goal.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking at the number 14 is out there on the middle. Unfortunately, we don't seem to have him on the team sheet. And but he's sizing this one up here now, as is Millet. Millet, it is back to us, number 9, the captain. Rolls it forward, and here's the shot. He really snatched at it. Didn't really.
He had more time than he anticipated.
Yep. Now, what does Whitcourt do? Central Bank with left a fair amount of blue shirts up into attack, and they still have numbers forward. Whitcourt taking their time, not really trying to hustle. And as a result, they lose possession. You know, Whitcourt down in 8th place on the standings with 8 points. And they're playing against a team like the Central Bank, who are the leaders on 22 points. You know, so
they're holding their own.
Yep, they're doing very well. They're getting into, attacking positions. They just haven't been able to really finish any of their forward movement so far. And here they are again, doing very well, keeping possession and putting a little bit of stress on the Central Bank defense. This is where Central Bank will be so clinical quickly now. Abraham trying to sprint away, trying his best there to get past his man. Doing well, place the ball back inside though. And this time it's just given away. Gardner has to be more clinical with that. This is Abraham. Back it goes to Gardner now. As they keep possession, Hartman looking around to Khan plays the ball over, and it might still run for them, but taken away. They give it away now.
Strong tackle coming in.
Much too strong. The goalkeeper though anticipates well. Yeah, that ricochet could have gone anyway. Luckily it turned to the keeper.
Yes. But these keepers know
Ramnarine
are normally playing off their lines very high, as we call them sweeper.
Yep. It's a modern game where the goalkeeper is not just there to block shots anymore. He's expected to start the counter-attacks as well, if possible. This could be a chance. Yes! And somehow,
That was a great save there by the goalkeeper.
yep, a brilliant, brilliant effort from Rogel Ramnarine.
Did everything. Just needed to get that on time. Oh, good save by the keeper. Tried to not make the keeper.
So the keeper did get the deflection, so it's gone out for a corner kick. You're still on the move here, but good header to get it out of harm's way initially. Too short, too tight. You have to be a little more clinical with possession. To nobody, because everybody is back. Trying to show up the defense. For what it's worth, it just seems as if the Central Bank defense looks a little bit porous. And here's a long ball out, but not much to.
That one was a bit overcooked. Spreading the ball as much as possible. Keep them on their toes.
Another opportunity to try to build the ball. It doesn't have to be that. First
Great
that's a
touch.
brilliant touch again, and he goes to the return ball, but it's just not there. So an opportunity now for Digans, Shema Digans. Lovely throw in the area, bunks it around, and the goalkeeper has to come, and he does well. But you could see him going bouncing around there, and the referee's assistant said it had gone over the line, so it's going to be a corner kick. Ramnarine creating a nuisance in there. And eventually it was scrambled away by Toussaint.
Whitco is really piling some pressure here onto Central Bank.
Keeper coming again, reaching for that one, but a little bit unconvincing.
Shot coming in.
Yes. Not afraid to really extend themselves here now. Whitco. They might be coming in here as underdogs, but they have nothing to lose. As they say, they play with house money.
Yes, they are really putting the fight, carrying the fight to Central Bank here.
Yeah, they've settled a lot better now, and it means that they are not afraid to take the attack to Elcock, bringing it out of the back, plays a nice little ball forward, and it might still stay in play. In fact, it does, and eventually it's scrambled away for another throw-in over on the far side there to the Central Bank outfit. So one movement, one ball over the top, and almost.
That's those direct plays, direct.
And now it's okay to mix it up like that. You can play that because it relieves the pressure quickly, but you don't want to rely
on that one play.
On that one play. But again, if it works, then don't change it. But And there's an
Sometimes,
attempted
sometimes
cross.
you can lure them into it,
Yep.
play it,
And
keep
then
it,
you
and then
change it up, you know. So, but so far so good for the Whitco outfit, Whitco Credit Union. No goals. 25 minutes gone so far in this game number 2 here. And a little bit of uncertainty as to whether he should go long or if he should go square. He decides to bring the left back into play. Now picking it up there, Digans. And that is going to be the free kick taken there quickly, or at least an infringement given.
long ball down the channel here.
Yeah,
That's a good ball here.
Again, the bonks, because you have to be so careful because, especially in the final third, because you want to make your count, your touches count. But anytime you're not spot on, any hesitation at all, and the ball could be changing hands because it allows the defenders the opportunity to get in. This is an infringement. The referee says play on. He doesn't see the lines. He doesn't see his assistant who had the flag up. And then the referee probably didn't pay much attention to that. There it is again. And you see the assistant was waving away, but the referee says play on. And then the big shot coming.
Just need a bit of care. But the final pass.
Yeah, it's or even the finished product.
Yes, the finished product, basically.
It has to be better because at least make the keeper save. And we saw Bess already drop one that wasn't too difficult to take, and he dropped it. So if I'm an attacker for the central bank, I would want to test him as much as possible, see if he's able to withstand that kind of pressure. As it is right now, so far so good. 27 and a half minutes gone, still no goals in this one. And a nice header down by Hartman to get it back, and they have possession. It's the box. I'm not sure if it was intended to go there, but that's another lovely little ball. The referee's assistant has his flag up.
When you're playing here, you expect the unexpected.
Yeah, because that looked like a nice clean header, a routine header for a defender, and then the ball took this ungainly hop and threw everything off. This is good football on the part there of Central Bank. They get possession and decide they're going to build from the back. Elcock moving with it. Has options to his right. And now he decides to utilize Paladab. He gets it back now. And decide they were going to slow it down now. They're not really pressing as much as they were earlier. And no way forward, so they decide to just hold on to it for a little bit.
Switch the play,
Yep.
change the point of attack.
And that's a little bit too strong, but it falls nicely for them now. Can plays the ball and goes to the return, and nothing given according to the referee. And Rochelle trying to get in there, but nothing doing. And we have a player down at the other end. In fact, looks like Khan, he went down earlier. So Elcock again, who is really trying to control things from the back for the Central Bank outfit, and has been having a good game so far. Still have possession though. Here is Abraham, but it's never going to get to him. Tries to get it back, Khan is back on his feet, and again he goes down, and so he's getting punished. Well, look at that one. That was an easy pass, and until the ground kicked in, and here it is again. They're just giving it away. That's a lovely sombrero there.
Strong tackle.
Yep. And not able to do too much there. That's a good ball, but again,
A
the
bit too
bounce.
heavy.
Yep. And the bounce is very high, and Millet got clocked in the back of the head, but the referee allowing play to continue. And the thing about the referee Derry is that he's allowing the players to play, and not trying to get too involved. But that's a brilliant save here now on the part of Quinn Bess.
That was a good shot there.
Yep.
Sharp turn, but great save by the goalkeeper.
Coming under control, and Millet on the turn, swivel and firing. And there he goes down. That should be a free kick there, because Alfred was trying to knife his way forward.
Seeing the first yellow card of the match.
Have a yellow card as well.
Thought he didn't have any.
Yep. Well, you never know. He's allowed an awful lot to take place so far. It kind of shocked everybody that he decided to issue a yellow card. So, chance here for a free kick to the Central Bank. Can they take advantage of it? Hartman. Still no goals, and we've seen enough goal mouth action to suggest that we probably should have had a goal or two by now, but it's not the case. Here's another one played in, but well read at the back. Khan is still trying to keep it alive, does very well, and when the shot comes, it's not a good one.
Yes, didn't get a hold of it.
Gardner tried to hit it first time with his left foot, but not able to do so. Here's the Gans. So as we approach the halftime interval, I'm sure both of these teams will be hoping that if they can maybe just get an advantage before the interval, that would make the halftime discussion a lot better.
That would be an infringement.
Mm-hmm. So trying to make sure the select ball is right where he wanted. The Gans is probably going to try to put a little bend on this one.
That's a good ball. Oh,
And
was a bit.
yep, over the top it went.
Yes, under it. He needs to get over it. Was a bit behind him.
Yep, he got in front of the defender, which is a smart thing to do. But he has to control that header. So here we come again. Elcock trying to bring it out of the back for the Central Bank outfit, the men in blue and black. Remember, we've had a clash of colors, hence the reason why we have the Whitcoe team in their red bibs. And he's trying to knife his way through, but It's not going to work with that many blue shirts back there. And Walker gets it forward quickly.
Did too much.
Yep. And then the state of the ground has a part to play. Here
Strong
again
tackle
is
coming in.
Abraham again doing very well. Gets the ball forward. Khan is on his way, looking for something. Still trying to run with it. He probably has to try to come off the line as much as possible. But he's still trying to turn his man that way. And eventually it's taken away. But the referee says it's going to be a corner kick to the Central Bank outfit. Clark was the man there doing a good job marking. Didn't get too carried away. Didn't try to force the issue. But here's the corner in and at the back post and headed away, but the referee spotted an infringement, as they always do. And free kick now to Whitco. Still no goals. We're into the 37th minute of play. This is going to be dangerous here now. A chance for a shot. Almost thought about it initially and then snatched at the opportunity. Was trying to buy a little time there, Millet. And then he kind of misfired.
That's a wide shot there.
And there was no deflection, so it's going to be a goal kick. He was the one who was snatching at the opportunity, hence the reason why it spliced off the outer portion of his boot. So the 8th place, Whitco Credit Union, more than holding their own against the leaders from Central Bank.
Really doing a good job here.
Clark again. Now looking for movement. Watch how the ball just keeps bouncing. And this is a good header out. And again, the field is a little bit stretched right now. That's a great ball, but a little too straight. He saw his man really just cruising past defenders, but he just couldn't get the angle right and get the ball to him.
In this kind of playing condition, one goal could be just enough.
Yep. Kirk Abraham now with plenty of time. Gets it up there to Kyron Khan. Khan goes to the return ball. Can he keep it in?
Just runs out of play.
Yep.
The referee's checking his watch.
Yeah, we're playing added on time here, no? So we could hear the whistle anytime. Now I think both teams probably resigned to the fact that they might be interval
At 0-0.
at 0-0, just as they were when they started. But they have to be so careful. And you don't want to do anything and just give it away. That's a good throw. This could be problematic here. And again, trying to get there, Nigel Alexander.
Using his muscle.
Yep. Watch the bounce. When the time it bounces, you know it's going to kind of loop up in the air there. And
This is why you say, do not let the ball bounce inside your box. Attack all balls.
yeah, Elcock really was struggling there to come to terms with that attack. But that's a great ball again, but
Great.
well defended. Tough ball, but he does well. And now here comes Whitco down that left-hand side.
Not much players in.
Nicely done again by Abram. Khan. And who was he trying to hit it to? Looked to be speculative at best. And that's another great ball. Now, where is the support? And an attempt at an early ball is blocked. And there is the whistle to indicate the end of the first half of this encounter. And at the end of the first half, it is goalless between the Whitco Credit Union and Central Bank of TNT. And Sid, not much by way of actual finishing. We've had a few like huffing and puffing, but nobody really has been able to.
Yes, we just have
put
some.
something.
We just having some huffing and puffing when no one is trying to blow the house down.
Yeah, no finish.
Yeah.
And that is the situation here at the half. Central Bank not able to get it into gear as well as they would have liked. And they were threatening a little bit, but not much else than that. So at the end of the first half, it is still Central Bank 0, Whitco Credit Union 0. We'll take a break, come back with second half action in a short while. Welcome back to the Valsain ground here where we're getting ready for second half action in this encounter. Of course, this is the Interbank League action, the final round of matches for these teams. And as it is right now, it should be very interesting. Here is the whistle to get us on our way. And it's still scoreless between the Central Bank and the Whitco Credit Union. Central Bank, though, would have started this game favored, but this game has taken on a slightly different complexion.
Poor delivery there.
Yep, substitute just came on. Actually, that's Tate who was on the field. He was platooning out on the left-hand side. So Tate probably trying to get into the game a little bit more now. That's a good ball. This could be interesting.
Strong tackle coming in there.
He did well, still battling. And eventually he was bundled over the ball. The referee says it's going to be a corner kick. Well.
The referee's letting a lot of things slide here.
Awful lot of contact in there.
I've seen penalties for less.
Far less. So now let's see if we can get a delivery like what we got in the first game, where he scored directly from the corner kick.
Can lightning strike twice at the same place?
Yep. Never know, you know, we've seen it. There's this one curling in nicely, but headed away by Boyu. Moyu does well. And talk about almost getting caught with your pants down there. The defender was waiting and probably waiting for his teammate to play it. And then, lo and behold, a red shirt just appeared and took it away. Now, here is Central Bank, though. They're trying to really get something almost out of nothing. A shot driven towards goal, but just wide of the target.
That's a decent strike. Wasn't on target.
So an opportunity now for Quinn Best to organize the restart, but he gives it away. And now it's a chance. The ball inside, however, he has it under. Maybe he just wants some action. So
Yes, I think he needs some action.
he's probably telling himself, like, not much is happening, so let me just take care of business here. Another strong tackle to put it on the way. Sanchez doesn't seem to like the physical thing too much. And I think the Central Bank defenders are aware of that. And defenders will work you out over time. But he's all over the place, fighting for the ball and trying to get something going.
Fighting for every piece.
Yep. Now, this could be interesting here. The two defenders have to be careful. You don't want to get in each other's way, especially with a bouncing ball.
It's a lovely ball there.
Yeah, gets it out here to Tate now. That's ball played back inside, but no blue shirt. Let's try it again. Another clearance.
Seems like no one wants to control.
Yep. So now they're finally going to get it in. So finally the whistle comes, so it's coming back. Referee says some kind of an infringement there.
Nice
It's
delivery
a good ball
there.
inside. The goalkeeper Best trying his best. And still he can't get it in. Well.
Good defending there.
Yes, I think coming in there at the death to get a touch in there looks like Nicholas Moyu to keep them out. So yes, it was Moyu who somehow got his body in the way there, just when it looked as if we were going to get the opening goal. So Best, first of all, did his part, and then he got a little help from his defenders. But they're under the gun here now. Have to be careful. So can deliver something of note here. Taking his time, making sure that he gets a good spot. And again, it's two defenders in the way, getting in each other's way there.
Another corner.
Yeah, the Gans is back on that first post.
Couldn't beat the first defender. Better delivery.
Still, again, it's going to be another corner kick. So 3 in a row here now. Can they be third time lucky? So can he finally deliver the one that could get it on? This is very deep. Again, two blue shirts back there, no communication.
Bit scrappy, yeah.
Yeah, but it's, and although it's a difficult field to play on, I suppose the players could always say just that when I was about to make the pass, you know, the ball deviated on its own. Here again, Best not able to get the ball upfield as he would like. In fact, give it away to a blue shirt immediately.
Yeah, that was a poor goal kick there.
So all's well that ends well. It's a poor pass that rolls comfortably to goalkeeper Best.
This could be dangerous. A long ball, having one striker there chasing.
Yeah, Abraham not wasting any time though. He gets it upfield quickly, and it's danger at the other end now. So this could be interesting here. Shot!
Good save.
And well. A miscue in the box. Luckily, it rolls right back to the goalkeeper. Here they come again now. Tate has it. Ricardo Tate plays a nice little ball forward, but Boyu reads it well. Gets it up there now to the Gans. The Gans trying to run with it. It's running into problems. You could see it from a mile away.
3 men surrounding him.
Yep. Lovely skill. Gets the ball back inside. So end-to-end action now. The game really being stretched a little bit. He's looking for some movement. You can see him pointing to where he wants his teammate to go. And that's a lovely ball, but is he quick enough to keep it in? Gets the ball right across the face of the goal.
Too close to the goalkeeper. Did all the hard work.
Yep.
That's a very good save there.
So now another sojourn down that left-hand side. Here's the ball in the box. But they can't get it to Millet. Millet is waiting. I think Millet is going to have to make a decision here. He can't stand and wait for the ball to come to him.
Needs to go to that ball.
Yeah, he needs to get to that first post sometimes and see if he can't maybe just beat the defender to the ball at that near post. All it needs sometimes is a flick on. And down he goes, and that's going to be a free kick just at the edge of the penalty area.
I think Whitco is losing the shape a bit here. trying to do a bit too much when they win back the ball in their defensive turn. Needs to get it clear as fast as possible because Central Bank is really trying to high press.
Yeah, they have to be aware of what is behind them when they go into attack. And you can't leave that many bodies on the wrong side of the ball because then you're exposing the 3 or 4 at the back to a quick counter attack. And as we said, given the state of the field, all it takes is one bad hop or something, and it's an opening for the opposition. Speaking about an opening, and there was an opening there, but he couldn't keep it down.
Couldn't get that one to tip.
Yes, Adrian Millet firing away.
I think this game needs a goal. That one will run out for a throw.
Yep. So Font Joseph and company, they really have to get into the game to help out. It's all hands on deck now. This game is right on a knife's edge. And any team that could probably just enjoy a good spell might very well break through. And to me, if they break through, it wouldn't be just one goal. They could score maybe 2 and 3 quick ones.
Yes, well, one goal can create an opening for more goals.
Yeah, open the floodgates.
And open the game much more.
Again, another opportunity. Look at how many men on that line there just waiting, but nobody in the heart of the defense. An infringement, just trying to muscle his way through there. Careless. You don't need to touch the defender there as the attacker. You just kind of let the defender.
That was a bit of anxiety there.
Yeah, too anxious to get the ball.
Good touch.
Oh, careless. The referee allowing play to continue. And Tate, unfortunately, just not able to keep the ball in. It is going to be a free kick. And the Gans thought he had won a throw.
Strong tackle there.
Yep. But again, the referee is allowing a lot of contact. And I think sometimes the players are probably surprised when he blows the whistle sometimes. Because the amount of contact that he's permitting without blowing the whistle, that I think sometimes the players get stunned when he blows the whistle and for what he blows the whistle.
It's a 4.
Yep. So Tate is coming off. He's being replaced by, and the Rastaman has his dreads blocking everything. So I'm not
I'm seeing
sure.
a 1.
Yep. It might be Kazim Marshall.
It's 17, number
Yep,
17.
might be Kazim Marshall, yep. So Kazim Marshall is on. He replaces Tate, Ricardo Tate, who's come off for the Central Bank outfit as they try to.
You can see the frustration now stepping in there for the captain. I believe that's the captain for Whitco. Of the kind of fouls are blowing.
Gets a nice ball in. This should be a goal. No. 2 blue shirts, including the man Marshall, who's just come on. and he couldn't get the touch in. In fact, he was ahead of his teammate. They seemed to get in each other's way. Millet was probably waiting to blast it home, but Marshall somehow found his way in front of him. And that was that. Here they come again. Here's Can once more. Plays a lovely ball over, but picked up in middle. DeGans now for Whitco. Can't get the ball down, and it just seemed to bubble on him and ran away from him. Yeah, he's having a hard time getting control. Speaking of having a hard time, this could be interesting here now. And still trying to pick, and when he lays it back, he was calling for it, and he couldn't get it down.
Central Bank seems to be finding the gaps. What the finishing touch here.
Yeah, Che Alfred really needed to do better. So we have quite a number of substitutions that are being lined up here. Gabriel Shaves is looking to come on. In the meantime, play continues. Here now comes Whitco. Can they finally break this deadlock? Lovely ball in. Goalkeeper bubbles it, but quickly is Toussaint's back on top of it and starts the counter-attack going the other way.
We seems to be having more action here now. The game is more opening. Each team are going for the win here, Ruskin.
Yep, they obviously feel that it's time to do something. The referee still not allowing the substitutions to be made. And so eventually they're going to make the substitutions. So who is it going to be now?
He has to put on the bib, the wet bib.
Yep.
He's going on without the bib.
Because they're so accustomed to going on. Gonzalez, Antonio.
I think these both teams, the bank leagues, need to understand. Need 2 uniforms.
There's a nice ball in, and again they can't seem to get it.
Each team needs 2 uniforms.
And they need to walk with the 2 uniforms. But it has happened in the past, and I suppose it wouldn't be the last time we have a clash of uniforms. In fact, I think in the secondary schools football league we had that yesterday, where the 2 teams, or was it on Wednesday, where both teams had the same color uniform, and one team had to turn their shirt inside out. And in fact, I remember when Dwight York made his debut for Trinidad and Tobago against Guatemala at the Oval, the Trinidad and Tobago team played in Queen's Park shirt, in the Queen's Park uniform in the first half, because there was a clash of colors. There again, here we have another substitution, and it looks as if Kevin St. Bryce has given way. Antonio Gonzalez, Gabriel Shaves, and Darian Riley. And here's a lovely ball.
Beautiful ball, yeah. And
finally.
this time, finally.
And he was threatened it all along. Adrian Millet finally gets at the end of one in the 60th minute of play.
Defense let him down there this time. No one went with the runner. They're standing up there.
was a nice ball too
Yes.
at the back post there.
They were
Nicely
looking,
floated.
yes, the defenders were looking for the keeper to come there. That was a beautiful ball, weighted pass.
Yeah, Kevin Walker.
I think it was a difficult ball for the goalkeeper to come and claim there.
Yeah, he never came. He probably felt it was curling away from him, so he was hoping that he was probably trying to play the second ball, but he was also hoping that that ball would have been contested. But the only person moving there was the goal scorer, and on 60 minutes, the captain Adrian Millett gave Central Bank the lead. So now, how does Whitco react, and how do they respond to this? Because this could change the complexion, or this could also,
Open the floodgates.
but it could also spring them into action. They're going to have to be a little more
Adventurous going forward.
a little more positive as well. They can't afford to just sit back there and absorb pressure. Now is the time to get something in the opponent's half of the field. So 1-0 now. Central Bank, the leaders, they had 22 points coming into this one. So as it stands right now, they're on to 25. And that is a clearance. I mean, you know, we had a thing long ago called the missing ball, and you had to guess where the ball was. When something like that happened, you don't know where, because if you look at where the player intended the ball to go, it went in the opposite direction. Here's another opportunity now. And
We are getting a little missing balls and we are getting ping pongs.
And I always used to look at that. This was something that they had in the paper, and you had to
Yes,
kind of figure out,
out
put an
where.
X where the ball is. And I can't remember what the prizes were, but I just used to have fun. And I used to look to see where the ball was, which one would win it. Sometimes I was so way off, I couldn't. I was like, really? That's where that ball was? Because when you look at all the eyes of the players and things, you know, you're looking to see, you say, hi, there. Ball quite in the back there. So I'm like, my word. It's either they're blind or
Yeah.
that ball took a wicked deflection. Here's another opportunity. It stays down. He gets a second.
And
It hits the goalkeeper. And
that's
eventually
it.
it's
Yes.
taken in. And the substitute has put it in. Eventually, Kazim Marshall, finally, just as we were saying, here is the free kick. Headed down by Millett, and there was Marshall, almost kicked around the defender. Yes. And got it in. So in the 63rd minute, it's 2-0 now.
As we rightfully see.
So Kazim Marshall comes off the bench and gets his name on the score sheet. That's what makes coaches look brilliant, when you could bring on a sub and he could help you, change the game.
1 goal and now we see 2.
2 goals, yep.
Floodgates seems to be opening.
Yeah, the Whitcote made 3 substitutions, and but they haven't been able to really impact the game in the same way that Central Bank substitution has. He had a chance earlier. In fact, he got in front of Millett and denied him that opportunity. Millett got his goal, and now Marshall gets his. So all's well, that ends well. So time now ticking away from Whitcote. And it just seemed like they're stunned. It's like they haven't really recovered from that first goal.
No, they have not. Since that goal, they have looked. Just before that goal, in fact, they were looking. They were looking very thin at the back.
And now look at how stretched it is. There's this big gap in the middle of the field there where only one blue shirt occupying that spot and all the red shirts are sagging on defense or they're up in attack. So there's no middle.
Middle, yeah,
for them.
yes, the middle for Whitco is non-existent.
To try to help them go. Now you even see it, and here's part of the problem that they have because Nigel Alexander, who was so lively in the first half, is back playing sweeper right now.
Yes, he was one of those players out on the flanks,
yeah,
doing some good work.
And he had a couple sniffs at goal. Had one shot that went screaming over the bar when he could have.
So one of your main attackers is back doing defensive duties.
Yep.
Now you have that thing going forward.
And you're relying on probably lesser attackers to get you a goal or two. Here's a chance. Goalkeeper comes and it's taken away. Nice work. And Can now trying to get on top of it, but he cannot. Ball is played, and there should be an early ball forward, but nicely handled in the end though by Vaughn Joseph. Chance now for them to get it in there. Clark throws it in, gets the return ball, but his pass is not a good one. And this is part of the problem now because look at how deep the Gans is playing as well.
Yes.
It's almost he's gone back as a defender.
Yes, the Gans is too deep for me.
You also had Alexander, who was the attacker, the main attacker in the first half. He too is
in the back.
So it's like they've kind of flipped the script here a little bit. But is it going to pay dividends? And that's a foul through. The referee is only now spotting the linesman. He basically threw that one. As we say in local parlance, he pelted. So it's going from bad to worse here now for Whitco. Is it fair to say that their season is going up in smoke?
Well, yeah, it's already up in smoke.
But, you have to say, they actually, to me, at their periods in this game, when they were the better team.
Yes.
And they couldn't score. That was their biggest kind of Achilles heel. And
I think they couldn't have withstand the pressure of Central Bank.
Yep. You almost felt that at some point Central Bank was going to get it right. And the question was, how soon and how often? And I think we found out in the second half that because that first goal was a clinical finish, any top line striker would be happy with that because the angle was tough.
It was a great free kick.
Yep. Yeah, nicely floated in from Kevin Walker, the provider, and Millet with the finish. I suppose the folks at Central Bank will be happy when they go to work tomorrow. They'll see that their team has won. They've only had one defeat for the season.
Will they be receiving some financial bonus?
No, I don't know. No. This is not Monopoly. Or if they are, it's going to be with Monopoly money. They're going to get. But was it press go or pass go?
Pass go, collect 200.
Yeah, cut 200. And again, they're still trying though, but they just seem a little bit short on resources.
Yes, they are trying, but I think they're just short on resources, as you rightfully see.
They just don't have that little quality. You see, look at how deep he's playing. Look at how far Alexander is. And he was your main attacker in the first half. Now the referee, he's going to blow the whistle, but there's a goal scorer.
If one of your main attackers is playing that deep, he wouldn't serve you any purpose.
Yep, he's going to have to run with the ball from in his own half, as we saw him try to do there. Hopefully he could probably play a couple wall passes and get the returns, but It's all Central Bank at the moment. They're up by 2 goals to nothing. They're going to make a substitution, it looks like. And so coming on is Kareem Allard. So he's getting a taste. That's a nice attempt at a floated ball there, but misses everything. Here's the ball. Should have played it in front of him. He didn't want to play it behind him. You had to lead him into that position there. Made no sense playing a square ball there. You needed the goalkeeper thought was coming initially, and then he decided against it, but Walker took charge. And actually, it's Elcock who took charge there and tried to get it upfield early. But again, when you look at that pass, he was cutting in. He had to put that ball here. Just let him run onto it. Instead, he tried to play a square ball. And by the time the ball got where he wanted it to go, it was behind the attacker because he was starting to accelerate into that space.
He just needs to put those balls into the right space.
Yep.
Sometimes they look for the pass for the player. Look for the player. Sometimes you need to look for the space.
Walker getting this one up, trying to get it there to Khan. Khan still frightened. And he and Clark having their own little battle there. They win it back though, plays nicely about there, Riley and company. Turning, and here is Moyu. He too has gone into an advanced position as well. Riley trying to get it back. And they're fighting, battling for it. And the big fella is right in the millet, is right there.
Strong
and there
tackle.
is. And that's a bad challenge there. He just came on. And I'm trying to figure out, the referee is blowing for a prior infringement. Wow. So really wasted goalkeeper Toussaint not having much trouble with that one. So we're into the last 10 minutes or so of this game. Abraham. Here's Allard, the substitute. But he gave that one away. And they're on the move again now, Whitco. Looking for some movement. Lovely cut inside, still going. Trying to chop and dupe his man. That's a good tackle. But he gets it back. Now they're under some pressure here. And good recovery work. Good recovery work there. And the referee right on top of things there. So Anton Gonzalez there trying his best here now, but it's all so individualistic. They've not really been able as consistently as a team, as a unit, to put pressure on. And they're going to make another substitution. And even though he was way over on the far side, because they're using the bibs, and they don't have as many bibs as they had before, he's now forced to have to run all the way over. So Ramnarayan finally gives way. And here's an early ball in, coming in, almost getting his first touch, and he hits it over the bar.
Get the first sniff of the goal.
Well, actually, that is Boyu, or Moyu, who went into attack there. And but it would have been, what a story that would have been if Michael George would have been able to get that ball into the back of the net.
That ball bounced a bit too much for him.
Yeah, and he's not a tall man.
Has to really try to get that on target.
Yeah, even Moyo, who got the ball, who got the shot off eventually. Just the bounce. Here he is again, trying to change the direction. That's a good ball and just a little bit short. Talking about short, that one was very short. Indeed, not much that they could do with that one. Alad, who's just come on, already has been into the wars. He was tripped earlier, but the free kick was not awarded. In fact, it was awarded for an infringement prior, so he got punished for nothing. And here again, he was trying his best there in midfield, but the red shirts are all over him. And here he is again, winning a free kick this time for his team, so he does get this one to go his way. He's really taken a bit of a pounding since coming on. Here's Abraham. And now, where is the cross? That's a lovely give and go, but he's offside. So it's not going to count. But lovely football in the end, but he was probably just a little too anxious to get there. But that was so well done in the end.
Smart piece of football, but
yeah, Gardner
just
and Alfred.
just throwing a bit offside there.
Yeah, Gardner and Alfred really.
It was very difficult for him to stay on side there.
Yeah.
He was on the move.
And the funny thing is, when he made the pass, he started to move immediately.
Well, as you rightfully say, that in the laws of the game, when the coach is coaching, you always tell you pass and move. Don't stand.
Yeah. Probably the thing was the distance he had to travel was too close.
Yes.
You know, because if it was a little further away from the defenders, he might have been that movement would have taken him a split second longer to get.
That's the pass, maybe to this.
By the time the pass was made, he probably still would have been onside.
You'd have to make that pass a quick firmer.
Yep.
For it to get quicker to his teammates to get it back.
Yeah, and that's the thing. His pass needed to be a quick snap to quickly over to get it over to Alfred, and then Alfred would have been returning it to him. Gardner. So 2-0 now, with just about a couple of minutes left, plus whatever time the referee wants to give for stoppages. I don't know if we're going to get much of that, but we will see. Best gets it now. Look at how deep the Gans is. Can he impact the game from there? I guess not. Can now. Can he roll the ball? He just needs to roll the ball forward to his man. He's going past him. Still going. And eventually runs out of real estate there.
It's a good piece of defending there. Getting his body between.
Yep, and Karen Khan has had a good game, Khan. But he probably showed too much of the ball there, set to the defender. Yeah. But because he's left-footed,
yes,
he has to use the left foot.
Not because you are left-footed, you have to use the left foot. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just have to
shield
use
it.
Yes, keep it away from
the defender.
And that was the problem there.
He showed the ball. He showed
too much of the ball.
Yeah. So now, time being a factor here now, just sort of running out on them, and they're going to make a quick substitution as well. Here's Alad looking for something. Actually, he's turning away. That's Hartman turning away from the pressure. This is Alad now, plays it back. Nevertheless, they keep possession, which is good, sensible football. Alad coming into his own, but then they just, the bounce of the ball just sort of give a little freebie. to the Whitcourt team.
In the final minute of the game.
Yeah, it's all Central Bank right now. So they will be happy with their position, league leaders, to end it all. Doesn't matter what other results will show. They
It's
cannot be
another
caught.
beautiful ball here. A poor piece of header.
That's Millet, the man who scored the first goal.
Millet just needs to let that ball hit his forehead. He tries to flick it,
You don't
but
have to
he's
flick
all
it. Just head it
back.
back.
To where it came from.
It came certainly headed back across the goal to aim for the back post.
He tries to flick it on, and he's already on the back post.
Yep. Headed, even if he heads it straight. Here's Allard again. No, that's a good ball. Here's goes Khan. And he scores. Well, from almost out of nothing now, in the last minute, in the 81st minute of play.
Catching the keeper on the wrong foot.
And again, all left foot. And so once that was a good header though from Millet to get it over the defender and put him on his way. And we were just talking about that. Put it in the area where you want the man to go. And he could have headed it sideways, but he will still have the defender to contend with. But because he headed it beyond the defender, then it's a foot race. Everybody's going in the same direction.
And that's it. And that's where the danger is, the space.
Yep.
And he's using his space, and he uses space wisely. Take a touch and shoot.
But again, the goalkeeper probably could have done a little bit better.
Better, yes.
He's trying to knife his way through. In fact, he's saying, if I am going to do this on my own, the problem with that is it's 1 against 11. They have all these blue shirts back there. So still the referee plays on. We're into a minute into the second minute of added on time. Are we going to get one of those that we had from the World Cup where we had 14 minutes of added on time? Was it as a whole other match?
I don't think we'll have that tonight.
And then with each subsequent game at the World Cup, remember we had 10, 8, 12. I'm like, really? Here's a nice ball in. Over the top. It's not their day, Whitco. And there is the final whistle to end the agony for the Whitco Credit Union. They gave a good fight, but it wasn't enough on the day. Central Bank continues to sail on. They complete their schedule now with 25 points and firmly leaders of the league phase of the interbank competition for 2024.
And I think Central Bank was well deserved. Winners here today.
3 goals to nothing in the end. When you consider
The first half.
we were goalless at the half. But in the second half, Adrian Millet with a beautiful finish from a tight angle. Kazim Marshall, the substitute, Johnny on the spot to bundle it home. And then Kyron Khan deservedly getting the third and final goal in added on time. So 60th, 63rd, and 81st minutes, literally, at the times for the goals. Congratulations to the Central Bank outfit. And they could celebrate now. As long as they don't touch Sid's money, they're fine. But we could give them the Monopoly dollars to play with and celebrate with that. So that is the situation here on behalf of Sid Gray, I'm Ruskin Mark, and thanks to the entire team and for making it possible. And we invite you to stay with us here on 360. We're going to have more football action for you when the knockout phase starts. So stay close and stay with 360.